participants when you see them. Okay, so thank you very much for sharing your views. Halima, too, please, can you mute yourself? I can hear your microphone in the background. Thank you very much. So thank you all for sharing your views. I'm going to share my screen with you, and I hope that you come to have an understanding of what Wikidata is, and then you will come on board Wikidata. So, for those of you who are hearing Wikidata for the first time, I just want you to know that Wikidata is one of the projects that the Wikimedia Foundation funds. And what I mean by the Wikimedia Foundation is, you've heard about Wikipedia, and for some of you, you've heard about Wikicommons. And as you can see from my screen, there are a whole lot of projects here like Wikisource, Wikinews, MediaWiki, Wikimedia Commons, Wikivoyage. These are all programs that are funded by an organization. And so Wikidata is not on its own, but it is a project that is founded by an organization. In view of this, Wikidata becomes a sister to all the other projects that you see here. So you have Wikipedia, you have Wikidata, we have Wikicodes. All of them are related, somehow related, because they are being founded by one organization, and then they become sisters. With this example, I hope you now have an understanding of what place Wikidata has. But the thing is, what exactly does Wikidata do? As you can see, Wikipedia, we all know, is an encyclopedia where we have information on. So it is not just related to the biography of humans, so that when you search for a musician or politician, you find it, but you can find so many informations on culture, you can find so many informations on football, music, anything you can think about that exists on the planet. So far as you've taken the time to write about it, or someone else somewhere has taken the time to write about it, you find it on Wikipedia. And Wikidata is a sister to Wikipedia. And the reason why Wikidata came about is the fact that sometimes you have information on Wikipedia. In fact, you have a whole lot of information on Wikipedia. And what you want to do is you want to try and make meaning of the information you have. So we know that there are a whole lot of countries. So if you go online and you type, you want to search the number of presidents in a particular country, or the number of MPs in a particular country, though it's on Wikipedia, it might be somehow difficult to get a complete picture of all the presidents that you can find based on what is on Wikipedia. So someone came about and said, okay, why don't we develop a program where all the information we find can be in one particular storage, so that if you are looking for something, we can easily find it. So I want to give this scenario. Let's say all of you come to visit me, and then at the gate, I tell you that, oh, I am having a computer for everyone, but the computer is in this particular room. Let's say I kept it in the storeroom. It's very easy for all of you to go to the storeroom and then look for the computer, and then you find it. But what if you come and then at the entrance, I just tell you that I've found, I have computers for each and every one of you, and I've left it in the room. There are so many rooms here. So that means you have to go in each room looking for the computer. And this is quite difficult, because it's not that the computer is not there, it is there, but the room in which to find that computer that I'm talking about will become difficult. So that was some of the things that used to exist on Wikipedia, where you have the information, but finding some of the information that you need to make a clear picture is difficult. But on Wikidata, it is not so. Another reason why we say it is not so on Wikidata, because now even the information that you find on Wikidata is linked to another. So if I go on Wikidata and I mention a name, let's say a president, the president will be linked to Ghana. The president will be linked to so many other things. so that if you are looking for presidents, it will connect you to so many other opportunities out there. So that if someone is making a query or someone wants to find out how many presidents have there been in Ghana, because there's been a link of presidents to Ghana, you'll be able to generate all the presidents in Ghana. So that brings me to the advantage of what Wikidata is, in the sense that you can query the system. And some of you might be wondering what queries. So sometimes we embark on our projects and then they tell us to come up with a recommendation or a solution. And then we use some of the SPSS softwares to come up with a module or a framework. So with Wikidata, you can use a tool called the query tool to visualize what you have. So if we want to say the number of restaurants in Ghana, if those restaurants are on Wikidata, you'll be able to pull all the restaurants, and they can even draw a map for you, or it can draw a graph for you to see the number of restaurants in Ghana and even their locations. Because every information on Wikidata is linked. But on Wikipedia, you find only text. And I'll demonstrate that to you during our practical section. So this is an idea as to what Wikidata is and what makes it different from Wikipedia. Another thing that I want you to bear in mind that comes with Wikidata is on Wikipedia, you have numbers, you have period of work. So for instance, we are conducting a census now in Ghana. If you go on the Wikipedia page to check out Ghana on Wikipedia, you find that the population there will reflect that of the last census that we have. So if it's 200 billion Ghanaians in 2010, then that means at this moment, the information there will reflect 200 billion. What if we are done with the census and no one changes that, okay, the population has increased, so this is the number of people we have in Ghana. Then that means the information there will still reflect the old census that we have. And for some of you, you might already know that Wikipedia is not written in just English, but we have so many other languages that you can write in. So if you have Ghana written in English, there's a high possibility that Ghana will be on Wikipedia, but in a different language called French, in a different language called Twi, in a different language called Polish. So if someone cannot read English and the person can only read French or Polish, that means that the information that we have on the English Wikipedia is the same information that will exist on the Polish Wikipedia. And if no one changes the census, the date will be the same on the Polish. It will be the same in all the other languages. So what if right now I've told you, and then someone decides to change that on English Wikipedia? That means the problem will exist in all the other languages except for English Wikipedia. So in the end, you have two dates available. And then if you query if you are trying to make meaning, someone will say, oh, I know the population of Ghana to be 2 billion. And then someone will say, oh, currently I know it to be, let's say 3 billion. So what has happened? What is causing this change? Is because no one has also made the effort to change it in other languages. And why is it so? It's because Wikipedia doesn't really have a central storage, so that if I change it in English, it reflects all the other languages. That is how Wikidata is. If I change the population of Ghana on Wikidata, and the language in which I wrote it in was in English, the number is going to change in all the other languages that I can find Ghana written on Wikidata. And that is the beauty with Wikidata. And that is why we say it is a central storage, and it's also a storage in which every information there is linked. And with our workshops, you would get to know more about this. I would like to show you another page so that you can better appreciate what I'm talking about. So,
So, sorry to cut in, Harriet. I think you speed up a little because your time is almost
yes,
your time.
okay,
Yes, the time
thank
is
you
up for
very
this
much.
section.
So I earlier on mentioned that let's look for Ghana on Wikidata. And if you want to know how to visit Wikidata or what the icon of Wikidata looks like, this is the icon of Wikidata. And we have it in a barcode with the colors red, green, and blue. And then we have Wikidata written on it. That's what you can see on the left-hand side. So to visit Wikidata, what we mostly do is type www.wikidata, sorry, .org, okay? And this opens us to the page, Wikidata. And then, as you can see, there's a search box just like we have on Wikipedia where you can search for something. So I'm going to search for Ghana on Wikidata. So we find here Ghana, a Republic of Ghana, a sovereign state in West Africa. And we find that it is written in Ewe, Ghana, Yeto de Fe Africa Duko, that's the language it's written in. And so if you search for Ghana in Ewe, you find the same information there. And Wikidata is able to do so with this particular number you find in brackets. That is, every information you store on Wikidata is a number, but to the human eye, to the English label or whatever label it is known in, it's a number. So if someone in, let's say, Argentina is looking for Ghana, and then based on the language they speak, they are going to type Q17. The number is going to generate Ghana to the person. So let's say if Ghana is called Dabong in, let's say, Argentina, it's going to be Q17. It wouldn't be any other name. So I want you to bear in mind that every item you find on Wikidata has a unique number attached to it. And I would also want you to bear in mind that when you write something on Wikidata, it's written in triples. Triples in the sense that you have something to write about called the item. So you can think of anything. You can think about yourself. You can think about the country. You can think about food. You can think about an animal. It is called an item on Wikidata, but on Wikipedia, we mostly say an article. And another thing that I want you to take notice of is the fact that, like I said, it's written in triples. That is an item, a statement is made up of what? An item, a property, and then a value. Properties are mostly found here. That's what we find, instance of, and you realize that when I hovered on it, they've written property, that's P31. And this is the value, that is a sovereign state. So if you go on any Wikidata item, mostly what you see is instance of or a subclass of as the first statement. What it is that it's telling us the fundamental thing that this particular item is, Ghana is. And then whatever you write in response to this becomes the value. Okay, so I believe my time is fast spent, but I'm going to pause here so that if anyone has any question, they can ask me and then we can go on. If not, with a practical session, we'll have a better understanding of it. So I'm available to answer any question.
Thank you very much, Ms. Harriet. House, please, if you have any question for our dear sister, you can just raise up your hand and ask your question. So the floor is open to everybody. Thank you. Hello, House. Please ask questions. What you don't understand, what you want to hear, and
I
whatever
think
you want to do. So please,
I
if
think Coco Master wants to ask a question. The
okay,
person's hand is raised.
okay. So please, Coco Master, can go ahead.
Okay, please. Miss Harriet, please. My question is.
We understand, madam. Thanks.
My question is based on under the statements, the instance of. I don't really get the concept of the instance of. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Coco Master. So I earlier on made mention that when you write something on Wikidata, it is written in triples. That is, we have an item, we have a property, and then a value. Just have this in mind that when you see anything on Wikidata, it is written in the form of an item, a property, and then a value. But the first thing that you always find under this particular item, Ghana, after the, what do you call it? A brief description is this statement called instance of. And the instance of, as I said earlier, is to give us a basic understanding of what this particular thing is. We understand that Ghana is a country, but it could also be an album. It could also be the name of someone. So right now, if I mention Coco Master, someone would think that it is a company. Someone would also think that it is a store or it is anything that you can think about. But for this instance that we are having a conversation or we are having this workshop, we are assuming Coco Master is a human being because that is the name you are noted by. And for that matter, it makes you a human being. So what will differentiate you, Coco Master, from the shop or from the company or from the product is what we write in response to this. So instance of is just to tell us that, oh, what we are talking about now, what are we talking about? Instance of what are we talking about? And then what we write here as what I'm hovering over gives us a better understanding of the instance of. So Coco Master, just assuming that, let's just assume that your name was here, Coco Master, and then there's nothing written below Coco Master, but we find instance of here. Then what we'll find here will give us a better understanding of what Coco Master is. So like I said, in this instance, you're a human being. So there's a chance where you can find Coco Master and they will write human being inside here. And then there's a chance where you find it as a store. So that is basically what instance of is, to give us a fundamental understanding as to what we are talking about, what place this thing we are talking about belongs to. I hope that answered your question. And does anyone have any other question? It looks like we have genius on the call. Like, you are all very smart people, so you understand it. Thank you for making my work easier. So I think we are going to go ahead and then have a workshop, a little workshop as to how to create an item on Wikidata. And the normal circumstance. Is someone trying to ask a question?
Yeah, that's sweet. It was just sweet. Really.
Okay, go ahead, Edie.
Wait. Yes, the time we were explaining the Wikidata, what Wikidata is all about, my network was so I was not all that clear. I want please to go back and explain it so that I'll also get it.
I didn't hear what you said. You said I mentioned something and you weren't clear on it. Is that what you said?
If I heard him right, he said when we were giving the explanation about what wiki data is about, he couldn't get it well. So if you can go over for him.
Okay, thank you very much. Edie, I want to believe that you've heard about Wikipedia and you know what Wikipedia is. If you don't know, Wikipedia is a storage, it's an encyclopedia where you have so many informations that you can find. But the problem with Wikipedia is the fact that the information is not connected. This is Ghana here on Wikidata. Let me open Ghana on Wikipedia for you so that you have a better understanding of. So Edie, this is Ghana on Wikipedia. And as you can see, there's no number written by Ghana. It's just the letter Ghana. And then you would have to read through all this information to find out what Ghana is. And as you can see, all the information here is mostly in black, and you have little text that is in blue. Okay, all this text, most of them are in black, and then you have little that is in blue. Now let's see, it says Ghana is officially the Republic of Ghana. It's a country in West Africa. If you go to Wikidata, this is Ghana. And Ghana has a number written in brackets. So that if you go to any language Wikipedia, that is all the languages or any language in Wikidata, and you look for Q117, you find Ghana. So Ghana is represented by a particular number. So what makes Wikidata different is the fact that we store information in numbers. And another thing that I want you to know is that all the information you see here are linked. So we mentioned that Ghana is a country in West Africa. And you can see here, it's in West Africa and it's in blue. But if you go to Wikipedia, we do have a country in West Africa, but most of the texts here are in black. And in Wikidata, most of the texts are in blue. And that is why we say that it is linked. On Wikipedia, we don't have most of the information linked. It's only some small information that we have linked. Okay, so what you should bear in mind is that Wikidata has linked data, and then it also stores information in numbers, while Wikipedia stores information in text. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, or you've come to a better understanding. Oh, sorry, I'm just told that my screen is not shared. Oh. Sorry about that. So Edie, I was saying that Ghana here, this is Wikipedia, as you can see here, and all the text you see is mostly in black, and you have little written in blue. So this information here, country is not linked, sharing borders is not linked. But on Wikidata, all the information you see are mostly linked. That is why we have instance of country linked, part of West Africa, it is linked. Whatever information you find on Wikidata is linked. It cannot stand on its own.
Yeah.
So I guess we can go ahead with the workshop. So for you to edit on Wikidata, you don't have to create another account if you've not already created an account. So Wikidata uses the same login details that you have when you created an account with Wikipedia. And for those who have not created an account, to create an account on Wikidata or Wikipedia is simple. It's the same process. You click on create account. And then from there, you can enter the details that are requested. So the username is any name that you can be known by or you want to be known by. And then you enter your password. You'll be asked to confirm your password and then an email address. And then you have to type what you see here. And then you click on create account. So for those who have not created an account before, this is the process of creating an account. But for me, I have already created an account before. And like I said, if you already have an account that you use to open Wikipedia, don't create another account on Wikidata. You can use the same information. So we are going to use my login. And for me, I am known by Mintero on Wikidata, Wikipedia, or all the other sister projects. So, and then I'm going to enter my password. Now, if you are logged in, you should see your name written. I don't know if someone was trying to get my attention. If you are logged in, you should see your name there, and you have preferences, beta, watch list, contributions, and then a logout. So that should tell you that you are logged in. I am well aware that we've sent a link, a list of members of parliament for you, and that is what we'll be using today to create an item on Wikidata. Some of these members of parliament are already on Wikipedia, but we are going to create them on Wikidata. And I'm going to show you something. So we have here Kweku Amua Ewua. So we are going to copy the name Kweku Amua Ewua, or you can just click on the link. It will take you there to the Wikidata Wikipedia item, sorry, article. So this is Kweku Amua Ewua. This is on Wikipedia, and we have here Kweku Amua Ewua is known by the name Kweku Menu, was a Ghanaian politician in the First Republic. And we have his early life and education, his career and then politics, death and all. If you want to know if someone like this person is on Wikidata, then what you can do is check on the left-hand side and then scroll down to tools, okay? So under tools, you find Wikidata item. That is because this person has an item on Wikidata. So what you can do is you click on the link there and open it in a new tab. And it will tell you that to open the page, Kweku Amua Ewua, Ghanaian politician. So you see some of the information that you find on. So Coco Master, you realize that in this case, when I mentioned Kweku Amua Ewua, it's very easy for you to say that, oh, this person is a human being and not an animal or a road name or something, because this is a name of a person. So when you scroll down, the first statement is just to tell us what we are talking about, what category that this person belongs to. And that is why we wrote here instance of human, okay? And you go on to tell us what this person's gender is, that is sex or gender. And as this person is a male, we have date of birth and so on and so forth. So it's just like telling us about this person in a tabular form and also in short or brief statements. It's not like we are writing so many texts. That is, Kweku Amua is a human being. He is a male. He comes from this, that.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
like
Anyway,
Nash Wumpany, please. So it's just like if you are given a form out there, when you go outside and you want to apply for a passport, they just give you a form. And when you see a form, you automatically know what they are asking from you. When you see the name column, you write what's your name. Where you see age, you write your age. Where you see location, you write where you live or where you want things to be posted to you. That is how Wikidata is. It's like a beck and call. You have this, you bring this. I am requesting for this, you bring this. And if you bring anything that is not in relation to that, it will be rejected. So for instance, if you are writing location, you are asked to write location and you start writing age, you'll see that for some of the forms that you fill, it will reject it. You will not be allowed to go. Or if you are asked to write, they've written age and then you write height. For those of you who have had the experience, you know that you'll be blocked or you'll be stopped from what? Entering that information. So that is how it is. You cannot put in an information that is not correct to this. So sex or gender, then I'll go and write Kumasi. It will never pick. Sex or gender is never Kumasi. It's either male or female. You understand? That is how Wikidata is. But for Wikipedia, someone can make a mistake and say sex or gender Kumasi. It's not because the person doesn't know sex or gender, but the information there is not linked. Sex or gender could not be linked, or it could be that the person didn't see what he was writing. You understand? So like I said, we have opened the page of Kweku Amwa, and Kweku Amwa already exists on Wikidata. So going forward, whoever sees this shouldn't have to bother themselves creating Kweku Amwa again on Wikidata, because Kweku Amwa Ewa already exists with this particular number. And I'm saying that wherever you are in the world or whatever language, if you can't even read English, and you type this number inside there, it will generate this Kweku Amwa for you. If it's in Ewe, so far as it has been written in Ewe, you'll find it in Ewe. But currently, this is the only language in which Kweku Amwa's profile has been written, that is in English. So it will generate this option for you. If you want to know what other languages that an article is written in, you can sometimes find it on the left-hand side, or when you go below, you can find it here like multilingual sites or other places that you can find this item. So we have on Wikipedia Kweku Amwa Ewa. Now, so for this instance, what you are going to do is you are just going to add more information to this particular Kweku Amwa. But I want us to start from scratch. So like I said, they've already shared this table, an Excel sheet with you with names of members of parliament. So we have Abraham Mate Johnson. And obviously, this person may or may not exist on Wikipedia. So let's try searching for this person on Wikipedia, and then we'll go ahead and search for the person on Wikidata, which is a very key thing to do when you want to create something on Wikipedia or Wikidata. You first have to search for the person. So we are going to search for the person on Wikipedia. So let's see. We search for the person by copying and pasting the name, making sure that we know the name we are talking about, we know the exact name. And then it says here that Abraham Mante Johnson does not exist. Let's try that for Wikidata. So let's see. I'm on Wikidata now. I'm going to search for Abraham. Pasting the name and then the search. See that they've brought options under, but there's nothing that shows that it's talking about Abraham Mate Johnson, because this is a list of members of parliament in the second parliament of Gold Coast, that is 1954. And all the options that they've provided here doesn't even relate to anything like that. So what I would do is to search for it on a Google website to see. So we have here Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson. These are names that are similar, but it doesn't reflect whoever I'm writing about. And it shows that there's not even any option that says it's on Wikipedia. So it's on Wikidata. We have it on Britannica, we have it on Wizant and History, but not on Wikidata. So I am free to do what? Create an item on this particular person. To create an item on Wikidata, after searching for the person, or after making sure that you are logged in and searching for the person, you have to create a new item for the person. So to create a new item for the person, you can look on the left-hand side that says create a new item. That is the fourth option. Okay. Let me show you something here. This is Kweku Amwa Ewa. Let's just say I didn't know Kweku Amwa existed on Wikidata, and I'm going to create a new item. I'll search for the person first. So I'll search for the person. And you see that because this person exists, they've given me options that says Kweku Amwa, Ghanaian politician. If there were 1,001 Kweku Amwa Ewa, you will find all of them under this link. You understand? But because we don't, for this person, we don't find anything like that. There's nothing there. So we are going to click on create a new item. Sometimes you'll find create a new item below when you search for the person. But sometimes if you don't find it, what you can do is select create a new item on the left-hand side. So we are all going to create a new item. So just follow what I'm doing. If you have a list of the articles you are supposed to create, you can choose a name from it. But to ensure that we all have an understanding, I'll just say you should pay attention, and then from then you can do it on your own. So we'll click on create a new item. And as you can see, I'm logged in. I cannot create an item when I'm not logged in. So now we have here, please make sure that the item you want to create complies with our notability policy. And also this person is about a living person, and we appreciate if you create a label and a description. So now, just like Wikipedia, Wikidata can be written in so many other languages. So if you can write in French, feel free. If you can write in Ewe, feel free. For Dagbani Wikipedians or Dagbani Wiki members, you can also choose Dagbani if you have the language option here. And for Tree Wikipedians, you can also choose the option and write it there. But we are very much conversant with English, so we are going to choose the label and the language English. Now, you are going to write the label. The label is what is this person known by? And this is what I searched for before I was able to create this page. So we are creating a page for someone that does not exist. And the person's name is what? No, not Kweku Amwa, but the person's name is Abraham Mate Johnson. So the label becomes the person's name. If it's an animal you are writing about, it becomes the cat. If you are writing about dog, it becomes dog. If you are writing about Kwame Nkrumah Circle, the label becomes Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Now, something that will give us an idea as to what this label is to write a description. So for all of us who will be working on this list that we have given out there, you should try and write a description. And the description is, what is this person? What does this person do? Or what can you tell us about this person? So in short, I can tell you that this person is a politician. So I'm going to write, this person is a Ghanaian politician. If the person is a doctor, you could write a doctor. If the person is a lawyer, you can write a Ghanaian lawyer. So far as you know very well that this person is a Ghanaian, and then you know the work the person does, you are good to go. You would later on see the importance of description. And now the next option is aliases or pipes separated. This is where you write some of the nicknames that you know the person has. And when I talk about nicknames, it's not nicknames that the person doesn't like and wouldn't want to be associated by. It is nicknames that you know very well that this person doesn't mind being called, or you found media houses calling this person's name or mentioning this person's name wherever they find themselves. So example is, I can confidently say that if I call General Mosquito by that name, he wouldn't be offended by it. But if you go and call someone by a name that the person doesn't like, and you write it here, you're looking for trouble for the community. So as much as possible, write the names that you know the person doesn't mind having. If you've written that, then you can go ahead. So in this instance, I don't know any name that I can associate the person by. So I'm just going to click on create. And just like that, I have created a Wikidata item for Abraham Mate Johnson. And you realize that when I was writing the label, I didn't add any number in brackets. This has automatically been generated for me. So that if I change the language in which this Mate Johnson is, and I input this number, it will still generate the same information about this person for me. So it's not like you're going to find it in other, like you will not have the information I have in other languages, no. Now, below it is a Ghanaian politician, and that was the description I wrote earlier on. So if you don't read this, you might not have a good understanding as to who Abraham Mate is. I earlier on said that, let's say I searched for Kweku Amwa Ewa and they wrote Ghanaian politician. What if there was another Kweku Amwa Ewa that this person didn't write a description for? Then you become confused. Imagine everyone wrote all this information, but they have this and you don't have this information. We have about 10 of them. You would have to click each and every one of them to find out who this person is. So maybe you have to read through to see, okay, this person, there's nothing here. Let's go down. It's a human being. Okay, male. Okay. Then occupation, politician. Oh, okay. So this is the person I'm looking for. What if before you get to the politician, you would have to go through a whole lot of information to find this person? That is why we would encourage us to write the description so that it can help us identify who we want to work with. Now, let's go on to build this particular information that we have here. You see here, Kweku Amwa Ewa, and we opened his Wikipedia article. And on his article, we saw that it has so much information and his occupation and all those things.
Harry, sorry.
Yeah.
Abraham does not have a wiki article.
Yes, Abraham doesn't have, but we are dealing with Wikidata today.
Wikidata.
So, yes.
Yes.
So for Kweku Ewa, we already know that he has a Wikipedia article. And when we read through, we can find some of the information that we have here on Wikipedia. The fact that he's a politician, the fact that he died in 2015 and then he was born in this. And you can build this whole page so that it reflects most of the information that you find here. It's just that we've not done that. So for our teaching today, we just want you to teach you how you can do some of these things. So we are going to go ahead with creating Abraham Mate. If I ask you to tell me about yourself, you would have to tell me so much about you. So that is what we are going to do. We want to know more about Abraham Mate. And we are going to do so by adding statements. You all agree with me that when we're young and we are asked to write ourselves or write about myself, we heard of paragraphs. Write everything in paragraphs. If you're starting something, you write in paragraphs. So on Wikidata, when we are creating a paragraph, we call it statements. So that is why you have here add statements. So we are going to create a paragraph that is called, which is add
I have a question, please. I have a question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, what does that value stand for? Add value.
Add value. Okay, don't worry, we'll get there. With time, we'll get there. Just
All right.
So Coco Master, you realize that, let me cancel this. So like I said, we are going to add a new statement, and a statement is like we are adding a paragraph. So myself, my name is Abraham Mate Johnson. I'm a Ghanaian politician. Okay. What are we going to add? After we added add statement, you realize that a box opened and they've written instance of subclass of. These are the first fundamental things we really need to know about what you are writing of. So we select instance of. And what is this? It tells us that mostly these are some of the instance of that we have. A human being, human settlement, painting, village, family name, film. When I mentioned Owusu-Ansah, the name that comes to mind is, oh, this is a surname, mostly in Ghana. If I mention Kofi, you know that this is a day-born name in Ghana. So it's the same way if I mention Ghana, you know this is a country. So instance of this person is what? A human being. So we are going to select human. If I mention Trasako, it's quick for you to tell me that it's a human settlement. So in this case, this place becomes what? Human settlement. I hope you understand what the instance of is. Now, if I tell you, or if I show you a Mona Lisa painting, then the idea is what? It's a painting. So the first thing you write, instance of becomes painting. Okay. So this is how we create our first statement. You select what you want to write. So human is common name of Homo sapien. We are not saying human being, what do you call it? A song or an album, but the fact that it's a Homo sapien. So we select this and then we publish. So just like this, we've created a first paragraph, which is the statement instance of, and then the value for who asked just some few minutes is human. So let's say I'm going to add another statement. And like it follows, when you are describing yourself, you don't jump from your head and then go and start from your toe. You start from your head, going down to your shoulder, down, and then it goes. So instance of, we have sex or gender. You select the option that best suits it. And we know very well that Abraham Mate is a man, that's a he. And the only way you can do that is if you search on Wikipedia, not on Wikipedia, but you go online and search. At this instance, we don't have much information, but from the research we did, it's a he and it's not a she. So I can say confidently that it's a male. So I'm going to select male. And you realize that the male is written with P21. P21, that is a property or that can describe someone. So we are going to select male and publish. If you don't publish, you've not created a statement. So this is how to create statements. Now, what we are also going to do is we are going to add the date of birth based on the information we have on Abraham Manthe. So we have here his name, we have the party he belongs to, you have constituency, region. When you scroll, move forward, you see there we have occupation, we have the male, the gender, which is male. That's why I could write that he's a male. And they say educated at Banner Hill Presbyterian. We have middle school living certificates, academic major, religion, Christianity. Now, this is the date of birth. And I find that it's in blue. So I would like to find where I got this information from. If you click on the link here, it will lead you to the page that we got the information from. So it says that this is the information, and we find here the Banner Hill, that's the school he attended, senior school. And let's see in which year he was born. Let's see. I don't know.
Hello, Harriet.
Yes, so I'm just trying to
Yes,
find
so
the date of birth.
on the Google Books, the
Yes.
date of birth, look at after construction and communication, the page you are where the Banner Hill Presbyterian is.
Yes.
Okay, so go up a little and then look at construction and communication. No. Up there.
Yes. Yes.
So you see B.
B
The
20.
B stands
Okay.
for
Okay. Yes.
exactly
20th November 1908. So that is what we have here as the date of birth, 20th November 1908. So we are going to add the date of birth to this person, which is you add statement. And you see that the option that came is occupation, given name. But I am not writing about occupation at the moment. I'm writing date of birth. So what you can do is you can start typing date of birth, and you realize that the options comes date of birth. So you select date of birth. And then from what I learned, it is 20th November 1908. So you realize that the date has come for me. I'm okay with that, so I can click on publish, and it would show me that same date that I want. So I don't know if this person is dead. To be able to know if this person is dead, you find it here, death date. But in this case, we don't know if the person is dead, so we can't add it to the information we have here. So we can move on. So we are going to add statements. Aside the date of birth, what else would you like to know about this person? So for someone who is starting to edit Wikidata for the first time, you might be confused as to, oh, what do I have to add to this person's information? You can choose to look for someone similar to that person. What I mean by similar is maybe they've worked in the same line of work. So if you are working on a politician, then you look for someone who is also a politician. If you are working with a doctor, you look for someone who is a doctor. So let's just say we were trying to work on Akufo-Addo for the first time. We'll definitely have to look for someone who has also been a president before. So in this case, we have here Kweku, who is also a politician. And we have that after the date of birth, they wrote date of death. But after the date of death, they wrote occupation. So what we are also going to do is we are going to write and add the occupation of this person. Now, so we select the option occupation. And from the list or the table that we've provided, we can see the occupation. When we move our arrow keys to the column occupation. And the occupation is a police officer. He's also a farmer. He's a letter writer and he's a politician. So we can add all this information here. Because already we stated in the description that he's a politician, we can add that he's a politician. Now, from this page, we read that this person is a police officer too, okay? So we want to give everyone a better picture. We want to give everyone a better picture of who this person is. So we are going to add more information to occupation. And to do so, we call it add value. But you realize that we don't have add value here. So you publish. And when we publish, you realize that we have add value here. And like I said, add value is to give us more opportunities for us to write the occupation of the person. If you take your CVs right now and you're talking about your job experience or job qualifications, you realize that under that same heading, job or experiences, you have different mentions of all the companies you've worked with or what capacity you've served. So that's how we do it here. This is the heading occupation, but on Wikidata, it's the property. And then we are going to add more of these values, that is places or whatever capacity is served. So add value. And then the add value here is what police officer. Let's see. So you start typing. Let's see. I want to see. So police officer means warranted employee of a police force, which fits perfectly. Okay, when I first typed just police, it was written that what constituted body of persons empowered by the state to enforce the law. What makes this different from the police officer? The police could be the whole service, but right now we are talking about he being an officer, so police officer. So we select this particular option and click on publish. Okay. We also read that he was a farmer. So we are going to add more of these values, which is add value. Let me confirm if he's a farmer. Yes, he's a farmer. So we are going to write farmer to this. So farmer, person who works in agriculture. You realize that there's farmer here, that's his family name. So we can have farmer, which is a family name. We can have farmer, which is a person who works in agriculture. That is why it's important for you to read the description under. So you select farmer and then you click on publish. So just like that, we've added 3 more values to his occupation. Now let's go ahead and add some of the things that will require from you to do. So what we have next is position held. He's a politician. Politicians are sometimes members of parliament. They are sometimes ministers. They are sometimes cabinet heads and all those things. So we are going to write his position held as a politician. So what we are going to do is we are going to type in position held. So we select position held. And then currently, please pay attention to the spreadsheet out you've been giving out, because that is what you'll be using. So it's written members of the Second Parliament of Gold Coast, 1954. Okay, and that is what you'll be working with. So in this case, Abraham Mante is a politician, but he belonged to the Second Parliament of the Republic of Gold Coast. So the position held is what we are going to type here. That is member of the Second Parliament. So you see that all the options that pertain to that belong to member of the Second Parliament. Abdullah,
What I get one? What's a call, mom?
Meet yourself for us.
So we have here member of the second parliament. So you have to go through and select the one that best suits what you are talking about. So we have your member of the second parliament of the Gold Coast. So you select that one because that's what we are working with. And you click on publish. Okay. So we have here now, when you edit and then you find something like this, a flag, this says there are some suggestions for improving this statement. So you click on it. It says it needs a qualifier. Now, a qualifier is to give us more information as to what you are talking about, the value that you are talking about. Okay. So we are going to edit and add more qualifiers. And what we expect from you is what I'm going to do here. So more qualifiers is, okay, he's a member of the second parliament of the Gold Coast. So when did this particular parliament begin? In which year did it begin? Sorry. So it began in June 1954. So as you can see, 1954 Gold Coast Legislative. So that is what we are going to write here. So the start time. So in which year or what time did this particular parliament begin? So we are currently in the 8th parliament of the Fourth Republic. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, correct me. So in this case, the start time will be in 2021. That's when this current parliament began. But we are working with the second parliament of Gold Coast. So we are going to click on start time. And it began on 15th June. And we know this because of the research we've done. So we are going to go with that, 15th June 1954. Okay, that is what we are selecting, okay. Then we add another qualifier. Everything that has a beginning should have an end. So the end time of this particular qualifier is, so when did it end? And you know, we mostly have this 4-year term of office, but in this instance, it ended on July 1956. So the end time will be 17th July 1956. And if you want to know, you'll find it here on the sheets that we've given you. You just move your cursor up and down and you find it. So we have the start time of Abraham Mante. Mind you, I'm not in any other person's field, but I'm in just the row for Abraham Mante. And it's 1954 June and then 1956 July. So I'm going to write that here. Good. And then what else am I going to write about? It's important to know the why the parliament ended. So some people they end their position because they died on the job, or maybe they were sacked or suspended. So you write cause of dissolution, or what caused the dissolution. Okay. So and it's written as end cause, what ended the person's tenure of office. So end cause. So you write qualifier to use together with the end date qualifier. So this is it. And then the end cause is dissolution of parliament. That means the particular sitting for that year had ended. So you select dissolution of parliament and not dissolution of marriage or something. It's parliament. We are dealing with parliament here. So you select that one. Then what you also want to do is add another qualifier. You are telling us that this person began office in this year, but for every parliamentary term, there's an election. So you want us to know the election in which this person was selected or elected. So we write elected in. So we select elected in. And as you can see here, 1954. So we are going to use the word, or from our sheet here, 1954 Gold Coast election. Okay. So 1954 Gold Coast. Now the thing with, so when you are typing, you will see that the option comes out. if I don't look at this and I keep on typing in small caps and then ignoring when I'm supposed to use the uppercase, you end and then you will not have the option generated for you. So it's quite case sensitive. Okay. So 1954 Gold Coast election. Then what we want to know is, I've talked so much about the person being a politician, but mostly for a politician, we want to know the party in which this person belongs. So we are going to state the party by typing in parliamentary group. If you read the option down there, you know why we are writing parliamentary group. So it says parliamentary group which a member of parliament belongs to. That is a party for us. So we are going to select this. So it's the parliamentary group you find on the sheet, which is CPP, as you can see here. So we are going to enter CPP. When you enter CPP, you realize that there are a whole lot of options that are under CPP. And again, the description gives us a better understanding. So if someone wrote CPP and didn't write a description, we will not know. So we have here Cambodians People's Party, but we are talking about Conventions People's Party. So we select Conventions People's Party. And the last thing we'll be adding here to this particular statement position held is the parliamentary term. So we are going to add another qualifier, which is parliamentary term. And it is the second parliament of the Gold Coast. So second parliament of the Gold Coast. Parliament of the Gold Coast. So you just scroll down to see. We have it here, second parliament of the Gold Coast. And when you are done and you are sure, so now I have about 7 qualifiers under this, under the position held. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I know very well that I'm done for this particular instance. So I'm going to click on publish. So this is what we have here. It's appearing like this because of my my zooming in. I have about 125 zoom out. So that's why you have it like that. But under normal circumstance, it's supposed to look like this. This is how it's going to look like when you are done with the position held. So that if anyone is reading about this person, if the person should go on Wikipedia, he will find the same information there as well, if it's created on Wikipedia. Then the last thing you want to add for this exercise is the religion. So we are going to add the religion. So religion, that is religion of a person, organization, or religious building or associated with this subject. Okay, we select that option. And from the list we have here, we'll be able to tell which religion this person belongs to. So we have the religion being Christianity. That's a Christian course. So we are going to write that. Christian. I don't know if it's because of the capital letter C. So let's scroll down and see. Christian, the person who adheres to Christianity. So we're going to select that. And then we click on publish. Now you realize that when I published, they told me that there's a sign here. So this tells me the problem they have. This statement has some potential issues. So I'm going to click on that and it says citation needed constraint. Now, I was expecting to receive a question from you concerning references. So just like Wikipedia, we need references for this because you can't just state this and then not put a reference there. It's quite debatable to say that this person is a Christian or not. So where did you get this information? And we have references for you. As you can see in the reference column, this was written in, we found this particular information from the Diplomatic Press Directory of Ghana, issue 3, page 209. So if you have access to this book and you look at this book, you find information on Abraham Mate. So we are going to add reference. To add reference, you click on add reference, as you can see. And then the property is a reference, but what reference are we talking about? Is it a book? Is it a website reference? What reference? So we saw it in the book. So we are going to choose the option stated in. And then we are going to click and look for the book that we use. So we are going to look for the Diplomatic Press. Let's see if we find the book. Press. Let me try a capital D. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, let me check here again and see the Diplomatic Press Directory of Ghana. I'm just going to select this and look online for it to see with Wikidata. So Wikidata. If it's on Wikidata, the option will pop up. So at the moment, it looks like this book doesn't. Let me try the other name, which is Directory of Ghana. Let's see. Of Ghana. Oh, so Patience, can you let Emma know that we don't have this on Wikidata for us to reference so that he could do that as quickly as possible? But for most of us, we would have the reference below, as we can have. Okay, so we have here state CMB, we have newsletter. So the book or the reference will be found here. Or even when you select the link here, when you find it in blue, that means this is the link. If you click on it, it will lead you to the page where you can find the information that you need. So this is from people. So we can remove this. So for those of us who would be asking, so what if I make a mistake? How do I get rid of it? So all you have to do is click on remove. That is remove, and it's going to remove this for you. And then because I didn't really do anything to the question, I can click on cancel. It will not delete it, but it will still be there, and then my problem will still exist. It's the same for the date of birth. Now, how did I get the date of birth? The date of birth is here. That's for the person we are working with here. And when we clicked on it, it led us to a Google page. Let me do that again. So when you see a blue link, that means it has a link attached to it. You just have to click on it and it will open it for you. And the name is booksgoogle.com. So I'm going to copy this link, Control C. And I'm going to reference.
Harriet, sorry
Yes.
to cut you, but I've realized that same, we're going to scroll down and then let me show you something. I just saw it.
Yeah.
To the very latter part, like down.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the book we
this.
were looking for, it's on Google Books, the Diplomatic Press. Yeah.
Yes,
So I think we would have to create the Wikidata item for it.
Yes, sure. So that was why I said you should get in touch with Ima so that he can do that for us. So let me see if I can use this. Oh man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference date of birth. That is because I have this flag here. That means they have an issue and it says what citation needed. So I have to do add a citation or reference. So I'm going to click on add reference. I am using a reference URL. I'm not using the book itself, though it's a book on Google Books. So I'm just going to use the link I copied and then paste it here. And then publish. It should work. So when I click on publish, you realize that that option that was there is no more, or whatever issue they had. Aside this, from the table, we realize that there's an option for educated as, that's a column for educated at, or academic degree or academic major. So we need to add that to it. So what we are going to do is, again, click on add statement. And this time around, we are adding a paragraph or a statement called educated at. So we are going to click educated at. Yes. And then from the table, we'll know where the person was educated. It says Banner Hill Presbyterian Boys and Middle School Leaving Certificates. So it's obvious that this person didn't go to the university per what we have at the moment, because if there was a university, they'll write it or would see it. Why can't I find it? Okay, so I have it here now. So we have here educated at, that is Banner Hill Presbyterian Boys. So I don't think we'll have that school on Wikidata. Let's try and see. Banner Hill Presbyterian. So for some of the names, it will shock you that Banner Hill Presbyterian could have been those days Presec, and nowadays Presec. So what you have to do is, to be sure, just search for the school. Okay, Banner Hill Presbyterian. You know, some of the names that existed in the past have been changed to new names now. So just be sure before you either choose not to add or add it. So Banner Hill Presbyterian Boys, Presbyterian Boys. It was originally established as Bessel Mission Post Primary Middle Boys, Kobo Odumase. So as you can see, it also had a full name, a former name, like I said, you know, but it's not the Presec that we know of, so we can't just add it to it. So in this instance, we can't add it because an item hasn't been created for the school that it went to, so you can cancel. Okay, so that is it about creating items on Wikidata. It's added in statements, and this statement has a property and a value. So if you write the property, you have to write the right value to it, or else it wouldn't pick. Like I said, if I'm going to add religion and I write Kaswa, if there's no religion that exists as Kaswa, it will never pick. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to pause now. If there are questions, I'll address them. If they are not, I would help us work on what of when an article already exists on Wikidata, what do we do? So if there are any questions, let me know, please.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
So thank you very much. Yeah.
I'm listening. I have a question. Can you please go back to the date of birth?
Okay.
There's
Yes.
something there I want you to.
Okay.
If you could scroll to that, please.
Okay, so we have the date of birth.
No, just scroll down. Then that means it's not the date of birth site.
Okay. Yeah.
That statement, when you added it, there was something that appeared like a flag.
Yes. So that's, yes. So anytime
I raised my hand.
Oh, okay. Yes. So anytime
I raised
you
my
add...
hand and you did that.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, you go on.
Okay, so anytime you add something, just like you find here on religion with this exclamation sign here, if you click on it, it will tell you the problem they have with this particular statement. So this statement says it has a potential issue. And when you click on it, it will tell you that citation needed constraints. And this is debatable because someone can say this person is a Christian, but this person may not be a Christian. So what shows that he's a Christian?
Okay.
Where did he get this information from? You need to add a citation to it.
Okay.
So that is what happened to the date of birth column that we created. But because I added a reference, it's gone. Okay.
Okay. By that time, the reference wasn't added.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I am told. Okay. Thank you too. So I'm told there's one thing I had to add. It escaped me, so I've been noted. I'm going to work on it. So we have here a member of parliament or maybe a politician. But what do you need to know about the politician? Like I said, if the person is a member of parliament, then you want to think about the constituency of this person. So that means we need to add constituency to this particular position held. So we are going to click on edit. And we are going to add what? A value. So add value. Oh no, sorry, cancel. I'm going to add qualifier. So let's say constituency. Oh, no, sorry, electoral district. That is where this person was elected in. So electoral district, this person is the electoral district this person is representing, which is like the constituency that we know of. So we select that option. And from the table, we'll be told it says it's Manya Krobo. So what we are going to do is we'll search for Manya Krobo. So former districts in Ghana, that was where he was. So for some of the constituencies, you know that they've changed. Now you might have it as divided, maybe lower Manya Krobo and then upper Manya Krobo. Okay. So if you are not sure, all you can do is search for it's, let's see. So Manya Krobo. If it's on Wikipedia, of course, it would be the first option also. So you don't really have it on that. So let me try constituency. So it's now you see it's been divided, lower Manya Krobo or upper Manya Krobo. So in this case, I only be able to tell if it's the lower or Manya Krobo. But for me, I wouldn't write that because it's not a district. We are talking about a constituency here also, but I would add it for now, and then maybe I'll get more clarity on that and then get back to you all on this. So Manya Krobo district, and then I'll click on publish. So you see, there's a problem. Value type constraints. Values of electoral district statements should be instances of electoral districts or subclass of. So because this doesn't fit as a constituency, it's not going to pick. And that is why they are giving me this issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out. So edit and then remove. And that is it, I publish. Okay, and let me see if there are any questions in the chat. Okay, so earlier on, we opened Kweku Amwa Iwa. Quickly, can anyone tell me what they find, they think is not on Kweku Amwa Iwa that they think I need to add? So we have here his human, his male, his date of birth, his date of death, his occupation. And so what do we need to add? Can someone quickly tell me what we need to add?
The religion.
The religion, thank you very much. So we can add statements, which is religion. So from the table we have, or if you were the one creating this from scratch, then that means you have to search for Kweku Amwa Iwa. And if you have any information leading to his religion, you can add it. So let's try and see if we can find Kweku Amwa Iwa. Kweku, let me see.
Uh, Harriet,
Yes. Yeah. So
please,
Kweku.
I hope the religion part has been stated already. The place that you stated the Christian
Yes. So when you look,
extermination sign.
yes.
So
Okay, so it has been stated, but it's the reference that is needed that we don't have the reference yet.
okay.
Okay, but we can also use this if we find it, the same reference, because if we should read through and they stated that he's a Christian, then we can add that. Let's see. CPP member, legislative corps, Ministry of Works and Housing, member of Living Construction Communications. Yeah. So I don't know, Patience, if you can help me, that's okay. But if you can't,
Yeah, Harriet. You
yes,
see, with the Google Books, we didn't
yes,
get the entire book. We just got like excerpts of the book. That's why we use like the page that we found the Christian information on and all that. So we have to create that
yeah,
item on Wikidata and then use that as the reference. And then
yes,
also with someone like Kweku Ewa, Amwa Ewa, right? He
yeah,
already has a Wikipedia page, which has a lot of information on it and then a
information,
lot of references. So
yeah,
maybe you can go through some of those references and one of them might have he being a Christian, then you can use that as a reference. So that's also up to the
yeah,
people who are waiting to do more research and
yeah.
find something on that.
Yes. Okay. So thank you. So we're currently working on Abraham, and then we just wanted to see if the dates of he being a religion can be found on his page. But I can't seem to find the uh the
It's not
church he
there.
belongs. It's not there, so that's why we can't reference this page. So this is Kweku Amwa Ewa's page, and we find that his religion is Christianity, but where do we find it? The reference is not there. So let's go to his wiki page. And if you want to know the church the person attends, you can find it under the personal life section. That is, let's see. We don't have any personal life. Let's check in the, it is not, there's nothing there. So Alice, though it's a good idea to add the religion, it's very debatable. So I can't add it when I've not seen it anywhere that he's a Christian. So in this case, I'm not going to conjure or forge and write that he's a Christian. No, I'm just going to ignore that option. But is there any other option that we can add to? We find on his page here that he attended, he's a teacher, he's a headmaster, and he's also a politician. So that means we need to add the occupation to his page, of which he doesn't have. So it's written that he's a politician. So we are going to add value. So add value. And then we are going to write a teacher and also headmaster. So let's see. So let's add the teacher. Person who helps others to acquire knowledge, competences, or values. Note, I'm not using university teacher or educator. Or, we can use educator, a person who teaches other knowledge, skills, and habits. We can use any of them, but not university teacher because it's not a lecturer. They didn't state that. So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to click on publish. Let me see if we have the option of headmaster on Wikidata. So let's see, headmaster. So we have headmaster, most senior teacher at school. So American half hour television comedy drama. No, there's none of these, but there's sometimes we have headmasters who teach, some of them don't teach, they just play the administrative role. Let's check the headmaster here, which is what oh, the headmaster here, which is no, a movie. So we are going to choose this first option and click on publish. Okay, so what else do we need to add here? So these are ways to add more information to someone who already has a Wikidata item but hasn't had most of his statements added. So we are going to add position held. So can someone walk me through what I'm supposed to do? Just like we did for Abraham, where we added a statement called position held, and it talked about the particular parliamentary term in which he belongs to. So I would be very happy if someone could help me with, just tell me what I'm supposed to do, and then I'll add it here. Okay, so
I think on the
okay.
property, you choose the position held.
Okay, thank you very much. So position held. Okay, so that is the one that best fits position held. That's a subject or currently formally holds this. Yeah, so we select that. And then what do we do?
After which, I think it will be politician. The position
Okay,
held will be-
okay, so that will be the occupation.
yes.
That is the occupation, that's politician. But
Uh,
we already
position-
know that he's a politician.
Mm,
But we want to know the member of parliament, that like the parliamentary term that he belongs to,
yeah,
or the
he's the
group.
second member of the second parliament of Gold Coast.
Good. So that is what we'll be adding to this particular value. You know, for every property, there's a value. So that is
Yeah.
what we are adding here. So member
Of second parliament of Gold Coast.
Okay, so
Second parliament of the Gold Coast.
okay. Good. So we have that option here. So we are going to select that. And then now, if I leave this, you will see what they'll tell me. They'll tell me it has potential issues,
Yes.
like you see with the flag. So that means I need to add more information, which is called a qualifier.
Yes.
So, and they've even suggested something for me. It says add or start time. So we are going to add the start time. Thank you very much. Let's see. The start time, an item begins to exist or statement starts being valid. So you see that start time is P580. Let's see. Let's go back. So we are going to edit, add qualifier. Let me put in P580. You see what will happen. You see that start time has been generated for me.
Yeah.
So that's a start time. And the start time we can find here in the Excel sheet. That is start time here for Kweku, Amua, Ewa. And it's not in any other line or row or column. It's just in this same place. So his start time is 1954. That is said, and for most of them, it's the same thing, unless maybe someone died and then someone had to replace him. So we have 15th
June.
Yes. 1954. Right, good. Then we just click anywhere outside. Then we add another qualifier, which is
end time.
End time, thank you. And the end time we can find on this page that we'll all have access to. And the end time, the page begins with the year is 1956.
July 17.
Okay. Thank you. So 1956. Okay, yeah. I was just entering the year, so
17th July 1956.
Okay, and I'm going to click on sorry, I'm going to add more qualifiers. So let's see. What we can add is the election or what year the person was. Okay, and course, it's okay. Yeah, we can add that too. So, and the end course is what?
Dissolution of the.
Yes, of which you can find here, dissolution of parliament. So please use the information you find here. So dissolution of parliament, and we start typing dissolution of parliament. Let's see. So we have here dissolution of parliament. And we add another qualifier, which is
The parliamentary term also.
okay. Okay, so we can add the parliamentary term, which is second parliament of the Gold Coast.
Of the THE.
I found it. Then what else do we add?
Parliamentary group. Parliamentary group.
So we have parliamentary group, and from here,
CPP.
CPP. All right, so we're going to enter CPP. And which of the options do we choose here?
National People's Party. Convention.
I didn't get. Okay,
Convention.
so we are going to. Okay. We are supposed to add something else.
Let's check for the electoral
District. Yes.
Yeah, district.
Okay. And this electoral district is, let's see, Ibuaka East. Let's see. Have it. Ibuaka East.
Wow. It's not there.
So
It's not there.
yes, surprisingly, they used to have Ibuaka East, but we don't have Ibuaka East now. I'm just going to type outside Wikidata to see. Formerly East Akim Municipal. Ibuaka North East Akim. So we don't have that, so I'm not going to add that here. So what else do you we have to add?
I think for now
there's something. No, there's something. Can anyone help us? There's something that we need to add. So we need to add elected in, that is the election, the year in which that particular election, so elected in. It's very important when you're talking about like a person's position. Is it 2008 elections, 2016 elections and all? So elected in, so the elected. Yeah, you were saying.
That will be 1954 elections.
Okay. 1954. I think it's legislative elections in Ghana. Let me get. I can get it here. So that is 1954 Gold Coast legislative elections. You know, it's different now. So 1954 Gold Coast. Let me. Legislative election. That is it. So I select that. And then what do I do next? Hello, what do I do next? Do I click on cancel, remove, or publish? Is that all? I just
I think that's the publish.
So I have to click on publish.
Yes.
Okay, so then everything reflects here that this is it. And let's try and see if we can add something else, which is the education. So this education is if you just say New Drabin Middle School, Trinity College. Let me see if I can find Trinity College on Wikidata. Trinity College. This is outside, talking about Ghana. It's a seminary. Okay, let me see his middle school living certificates, teachers training.
Harriet, add
Yeah.
Trinity, add Suhum to the Trinity College and let's see.
It would work here.
On the Google search, it was in Suhum.
Okay.
It can't be found. Okay.
Can be found. And so Trinity still. This is the one. I think there's one in East Legon here, but that's not it.
That's
so
not it.
and that can't be found on Wikidata. So I wouldn't even attempt adding that to it as his educated at. But for someone who has attended the University of Ghana, what I can do is I click on educated at, not only University of Ghana, but has attended the university. Then it will be very easy for me to add it. Then I'm going to use University of Ghana. Let's see, the option pops up. So if it's medical school, you choose business school, you choose. So I select University of Ghana. Now, for someone who has attended the university, there are some things that you want to know. You want to know the course the person studied and also the degree that the person acquired. It could be a master's degree, it could be a Bachelor of Art degree. It would be, and then the course could be any course. And these things that I am saying throw more light on this education that the person acquired at the University of Ghana. So it doesn't become add statement, it becomes adding a qualifier. University of Ghana. So you click on add qualifier, then you select academic degree. So academic degree, and then you enter, if it's law, you choose law. If it's administration, you select administration. So whatever course, so far as it's here, you find it. So if it's agriculture, let's see, agriculture.
All right,
So
I think
science.
I think our
Yes,
time
so
is almost up. So
yeah, I'll be wrapping up soon. So we have agricultural science, science and technology of producing, agricultural science, academic field. So we are selecting this. And then we are going to add a qualifier, which is the, academic degree. It's not supposed to be the course, but it's supposed to be the degree. That is if it's a Bachelor of Arts degree. So you select Bachelor of Arts degree. Then you select that. If it's master's, you write that. And then you add academic major. That is whatever the person studied. And if it's law, you write law. If it's agriculture, so law, you select the one, theoretical study of law by philosophers and social scientists. You select this one because this is the one that best fits. If it's agriculture, you set for agriculture. And after that, you publish. It's because I've not written anything here. That's why I don't have the publish button enabled. But let's just say I write law. And then click on publish. It will publish for me. So for some of you who will be giving this particular sheet to work on, we'll be sharing it to you. Some will have, I think you have a number to work on, 5 or 10 to create items on. So what you have to do is you have to go and find the name in the name column. Then just like we did for Abraham and Kwame Kweku, you follow based on the information that is already there or not already there. So if you see that this person's name is in blue, then that means that is Joseph Esilfi. That means this person is already on Wikipedia. And if the person is already on Wikipedia, like I said earlier on, if you click on the link, it will lead you there. And if you go on the left-hand side and you check, you see that Wikidata item is there. So that means this person already exists on Wikidata. So you don't have to create his page from scratch, but you have to look through and see, oh, there's something that is not added. So in this case, position held is there. He was once the member of, he was part of the first parliament of the Gold Coast. But it didn't just end there. He was also part of the second parliament of the Gold Coast. And some of them continued till, let's say, the First Republic or Second Republic. So for them, you would have their position held increasing. So you will have position held, member of the first parliament of the Gold Coast. Then you add value, second member of the parliament of Gold Coast. If there's a third option to you add it, that's how it is. So because we are working on the second parliament of the Gold Coast, whenever you see first parliament, you just have to click on add value and you enter just like we did for Abraham. The same information that you see pertaining to this person. That's what you do. And then we have here the occupation. So we have not just one occupation for some of them. Some of them we have about 3. So boxer, clerk, you can add them. Some of them lawyer, journalists, you would have to add them. Now, we have here the universities that they have attended. So we have University College, London, and Lincoln. So when you see this, it's separated by a comma. Someone like Nyakro Methodist School, St. Nicholas Grammar, it would interest you to know that Adisadel College was once known as St. Nicholas Grammar. So that's why I would advise you search if you don't actually know the name of the school. And all these 2 schools are separated by a comma. So in here, you've seen that they've written Cambridge School Certificate. And this was the kind of certificate awarded to people who attend college, which is St. Adisadel College. Nyako Methodist School is not the certificate, it's not where the certificate was given, but when the person attended St. Nicholas Grammar. So don't be tempted to add Nyako Methodist and then write Cambridge School Certificate as the certificate you want or something. And for
Harriet, can I come in here with what you're explaining to and then
okay, that's okay.
Like add more. Yes, so the Cambridge School Certificate was actually given to secondary school education, not colleges. But if you see a certificate like teachers training certificate, that was given to those who went to teacher training colleges and all that. So like a little bit explanation to that, yeah.
Yeah, so just like I stated here, I didn't add academic degree and then wrote the certificate there because the certificate is not a Bachelor of Arts degree or master's degree. So when you see some of the certificates there, don't be tempted to add them. But if it's a bachelor's degree, it's a school that can be found on Wikidata, then you can go ahead, but don't write the degree as a certificate, no. I hope you have some clarity on this. And like I said, I'm wrapping up. We've shared a list of items that you'll be working on. Feel free to reach out to InnoFast if you have any difficulty. And I'll encourage you to look at some YouTube videos as to how to add statements on Wikidata, or this is available on YouTube, so you can go over it to be able to do the work that we've assigned you to. And I'm well aware we are giving you a week, that's from now to Saturday, to complete the number of items you've been given. And also, we'll be having another event on Saturday, coming Saturday. So if you don't have enough clarity, you can also join. But please do well to reach out to any of us so that you can get on your work. Thank you very much. I'd like to stop. If you have any questions, I think Valentine can allow for just some 2 minutes for us to ask questions and then we can end.
All right. All right. Thank you very much for station. So now the floor is open for questions. So if you have any question, you can just raise up your hand and you ask your question.
So someone was saying that he has seen that Kweku was a labor minister, but I don't know from when to when. So I'm going to use the example of let's say Akufo-Addo. Aside he being the president, I know he's held so many ministerial positions as well. So Akufo-Addo. Feel free to ask your questions while I'm just looking for this.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? I'm just, do you have to remain anonymous whilst you are doing all this?
If okay, so Nash Wumpini, if you mean anonymous, does it mean that your username is not the name that you use on your certificates and all that? Some people just choose not to show themselves like their real names, put their real names out there. My name is Harriet, but my name here is not Harriet there, but Mentero. So you don't really need to show yourself there, but you can use, you have to create an account. And another reason is that some people remain anonymous by not creating an account. And then the system is able to capture your IP address. But those people are mostly fond of creating confusion on pages. So, sorry, they'll either come and write something that is not. So they can either come and write here that, oh, maybe Akufo-Addo is the best president in Ghana, which might not be the truth. Or they can come and write that Ghana is located in the east of Africa, which is not true. You understand? So you would have to create an account. You don't necessarily have to use your name or your certificates, but you can use any other name that you want. You're free to use any other name that you want.
Hello?
Yes.
This anonymous, I mean, is not using the right name, your real name to register.
Yes, so like I said, this
It's
name is
being anonymous, isn't it?
yes, and like I said, some people choose to use names that it will not easily identify them as the ones creating items. So you are free to use such names on Wikidata. It's not a force that you should use an anonymous name, and it's not also a force that you should use the name that you have written on your certificate. You understand? So far as you are bearing in mind that you are not writing to be biased or you're not come to state false things, then you are good to go. That is what is very important to us. So so for the person who wrote that he saw that Akufo-Addo is no, sorry, not Akufo-Addo, but this person is a labor minister. You realize that under position held here, we have Minister of Foreign Affairs. So, and we've had President of Ghana, and we've had member of the Parliament of Ghana, start time and all those stuff, Justice Minister for Ghana, Attorney General, and he's also the member of the Fourth Parliament of the Fourth Republic. So these are values that have been added.
If you are showing that, we can't see it on your screen, on our screens.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I searched for Akufo-Addo. This is Akufo-Addo's page. And from the chat, someone says that he realized that Kwame Kweku Ewua is a labor minister, but he doesn't know from when to when. And I was just demonstrating to the person that, well, you can write that he was the labor minister by adding it to the position held section, as you can see with Akufo-Addo's page on Wikidata, where he's a Minister of Foreign Affairs, President of Ghana, all the other positions he's held. And for all of them, you realize that some of them have written the start time, some of them have written start time and all, and end time. So if you don't know, so far as you've added it at the position held, that's okay. And so far as you can add it, because some of the ministerial positions are not on Wikidata. You understand? And he's currently he's in the, what do you call it? The fourth parliament of the Fourth Republic. He has been in the third parliament of the Fourth Republic. He's been in the second parliament of the Fourth Republic, and it continues. So that's how it is. So as far as education is concerned, you can add more education as values. I hope it answers your question.
Hello, Harriet.
Yes.
Yeah. From the list posted on the chat, I can see there are 105 names on it.
Yes.
So how do we know for the purpose of duplicity? Are we supposed to indicate the names we have chosen, or
okay,
we can just
so I am aware that
I may choose some particular names and which will also be chosen by someone.
Okay, so I'm aware that, okay, so like Patience rightly said, this number has been divided according to the number of participants who registered. So we can have that for each one of you, you'll be having 5 names to work on. So per the names you'll be given on, that's what you'll be working on. But as you realize, when I started the demonstration, I first searched online to see if this person does not already exist on Wikidata before. So if I start working on it and I find that some of the informations are not already there, then I can add it. But if it's there, there's no need for me to add it. Yeah. And when I mean if it's there, not that the name, but the information that we have on the Excel sheets.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you. So we far exceeded time. I'm sure most of you are part of our WhatsApp pages and on our other social media platforms. So feel free to reach out to any one of us to assist you. Patience is there. Emmanuel, just type for and look for Emmanuel, Nanaya, Mentoro, or Sita, any one of them. They will help you to address whatever issue you have. Yes.
Yeah, I think my group and I, we don't belong to any of the socialists. We the participant from Dalong. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But you have the contact of Patience, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
is it the email or the WhatsApp? I only have the contact of Ima.
Okay, so you can, if you reach Ima, you reach. Okay, so if you reach Ima, then you are reaching out to all of us, because Ima will definitely reach out to us as well.
I think maybe they can be added to the page.
Yes. So I don't know how we are going to do this. To be added to the page. Since Ima has your contact. So what we can do is you just take a number, a form, and create the name and then the contacts of those who want to be added to the platform, and then send it to him so that he can just add it to the platform like that. Yeah.
No problem. I'll do just that.
Okay. So if there's nothing more to say, then I just hand over to you, Valentine, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed being a part of this workshop, and I hope that you continue to edit Wikidata and the other projects of the Wikimedia Foundation. Thank you.
All right. So beautiful, so wonderful work done. I'll say kudos. Well done. Thank you very much, Harriet, for a wonderful presentation. And I know everybody here has been well equipped about how to go about things. And I'm so glad that we've all waited patiently and this meeting has come to an end. And it has been very successful and educative. First of all, I would say thanks to our organizers and our leaders for organizing such a workshop for us. And I also say big thanks to our facilitators, those who held this meeting and control it and made it a possible one. And all those who, I will not say that they have wasted their time, because you've wasted it preciously by learning something. And thanks to all those who were on the call And I also say that we will encourage you to encourage other people to also join the group and join the call next time around when we are having a meeting of such educative thing. And I'll say thank you to all who participated in this meeting. You you really done well. The questions that you came has made somebody have a very clear understanding about whatever you were doing. So we thank you all for joining this meeting. Hopefully next week we are going to meet again for another educative meeting, and I'll urge that we all join. Thank you all, thank you all, and thank you all. My name is Valentine. I was the host for this meeting. So with this,
Sorry, Valentine. I'm told that we are supposed to reimburse participants for their data. So if we don't have your number and we reach out to you via email, please pay attention to your email because then we'll be asking for your contact. The reason why we can't ask for your contact here is because this is a public platform and it's not advisable. So please pay attention to your emails as well so that we can ask for your mobile money accounts to give you a little something for your data.
all right, all right. That is welcome. So please, are you the one going to give out the email?
Yes, if I'm not the one going to do that, then you would receive an email from patients requesting for your phone numbers, your mobile money numbers, and then the name that you've used to register for the mobile money.
All right, all right.
And please tell us if you've ported or it's a Vodafone or MTN. For some of you, you have a Vodafone number, but it's an MTN number in a way.
No. Yeah, hello. Please, I'd like to know how the emails will be sent because I was invited by someone who is not even here at the moment. So I don't know if, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so Alice, I
can
know Alice, I know your point of contact is Lois. If I'm wrong, correct me. So I'm going to reach out to Lois to give me your contact, and then I'm going to add you. If you want to be added to the group, that's okay. And then
All
I'll
right.
reach out to you.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. So just to add to her question, what about us? Like me, for one, I'm from Dagbani Wikipedia community. So I don't know, how are you going to get my email or my contact?
Please, did you register the forms that went around? Did you register? Hi, Mohammed.
Is it during this call?
Yes, for this workshop, I sent around the form. Did you
Oh no, I
register
didn't.
through the form?
No,
You didn't register through
no,
the
I
form.
didn't register.
Okay, I think you
Yes,
can
please.
send me a private message here on Zoom. So you can send me your email here. So anyone who is here and then we don't have the person's email or contact, you can send me a private message. Global Open Initiative host on Zoom right now, and I'll copy it and we'll contact you through there.
So I am also going to post a link here. Those who would want to go over the video so that they can have a better understanding and do the assignments we are giving you, you could access it on the YouTube page link that I sent. I think we can stop the live sharing and then